When it comes to investing in the stock market, two popular options are Fxaix and Voo, both of which are index funds that track the S&P 500. To determine which one is better, let's break down the key differences between them. First, Fxaix is a fidelity index fund that tracks the S&P 500, while Voo is a Vanguard index fund that also tracks the S&P 500. Both funds have the same investment objective, which is to provide broad diversification and low costs. One of the main differences between Fxaix and Voo is their expense ratios. Fxaix has an expense ratio of 0.015%, while Voo has an expense ratio of 0.03%. This means that for every $100 invested in Fxaix, you will pay $0.015 in fees, while for every $100 invested in Voo, you will pay $0.03 in fees. Another difference is the minimum investment requirement. Fxaix has no minimum investment requirement, while Voo has a minimum investment requirement of $3,000. This makes Fxaix more accessible to investors who want to start with a smaller amount of money. In terms of performance, both funds have similar track records, since they track the same index. However, Fxaix has slightly outperformed Voo over the past few years, due to its lower expense ratio. When it comes to choosing between Fxaix and Voo, it ultimately depends on your individual circumstances and investment goals. If you are looking for a low-cost index fund with no minimum investment requirement, Fxaix may be the better choice. On the other hand, if you are already invested in Vanguard funds and want to stick with the same brokerage firm, Voo may be a better option. It's also worth noting that both Fxaix and Voo are highly diversified funds, with investments in over 500 stocks. This diversification can help to reduce risk and increase potential long-term returns. In conclusion, while both Fxaix and Voo are solid investment options, Fxaix may be the better choice due to its lower expense ratio and no minimum investment requirement. However, it's always important to do your own research and consider your individual circumstances before making any investment decisions. By understanding the key differences between these two funds, you can make a more informed decision and choose the investment that best fits your needs.